Willie D Live.
I mean, has it? I mean, I know it's slowed down to an extent, but it still hasn't ended yet.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with you talking about it right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And we ain't just reliving. We live in it right now. I'm a very viable artist, entertainer, host, radio personality, actor.
Yeah.
TV
No. I was talking specifically that song.
Oh yeah, I know. But when you said that, I was just overall like.
Yeah,
I didn't know where you was going with it, but
you absolutely still getting it and viable and relevant, man.
Yeah, I wasn't being cocky. I just thought you were saying,
But how have you been able to reinvent yourself so consistently? Because you far from a one trick pony.
One thing I learned, like I always look at stuff like either like parables or like, I give you a perfect example. I like to drive. I like to drive fast, right? One thing you know about a curve, if you don't like prepare yourself for the curve, what usually happens? If you speed,
you're gonna crash.
Most people, they go off the curve because they're not prepared to make as deep of a turn or sharp of a turn. And that's just how the culture works, man. Life today, everybody, boots on the ground today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The next new fad come around and if next thing you know, nobody's trying to do the boots on the ground movement no more than everybody's trying, because it's a shift, it'll happen. Just like that, and so for me, I always look at it like, don't be the last person to find out about the turn.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Premeditated flexing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you got to know it's change is gonna come, because a lot of people don't just jump into the culture. Like perfect example right now. If somebody said they want to rap today, I want to rap today.
Mm.
All right, then we kind of already know how they gonna probably look. From the way people dressing out here today, we know it's certain brands they're gonna wear, certain stuff they're gonna talk about because it's what's popular now, right? But in 6 months, the shift might have already taken place. By the time you got here and started, like I'm gonna start, and then you start getting all like the look and the fad and talk, we done switched. It done went somewhere else. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it be that fad. Look at the way we change the look. Just a few years ago, we had the MC Hammer pants people wearing around here. They had the little skinny with the drop, what they call them, the drop crouch.
Mm-hmm.
They was wearing them, or it was. I remember once upon a time we was just wearing the Vizus and red monkey jeans when cats was spending $800 on some jeans, $1,000 for some jeans. Now you can't even get nobody to look at a pair of them. You're like, yeah, that's. And I know it probably seems like I'm going off subject, but that's just how fast the culture changes.
Yeah.
And I just be prepared for the change. So I don't really follow nobody else. I never really move to nobody else's groove. I just kind of do my own thing because I'm prepared to change whenever I'm ready to change. But doing something what somebody else is doing, they could change in a heartbeat. And now I got to try to keep up with them. I don't try to keep up with nobody.
Right. There's an old saying that people will change when the pain of the same becomes greater than the pain of the change. Simply meaning that, when you get tired of doing something one way and it is not working, sooner or later you'll just go ahead and just do it another way, because it's easier to just try something different because you keep on getting the same results over here. So you may as well just try this because, this over here absolutely is not working. How difficult is it for you to pivot, to make those changes when it's time, when you see the trajectory going in a different direction and you say, okay, do you embrace, obviously you embrace change because you have no problem reinventing yourself and continuing to be relevant in all corners, like I was saying earlier, of the culture. But how difficult is it for you to be on something when you think that, okay, I got this thing figured out. I know what I'm doing. It's working. They just ain't figured it out yet. I know what I'm doing. It's working. I'm sticking to it. It's not working. But it's going to work, but I'm not sticking to it. I'm sticking to it. Damn, it's hard for me to change. Like how difficult is it for you to actually make the change?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what's interesting about me. I've always been a team player, right? If you look at most solo artists, a lot of solo artists have just been solo artists. A lot of them was in groups too, but a lot of your solo artists are just solo artists. They just been solo artists, and that's who they want to be. And in being a solo artist, you're trying to figure out how to create a team. You're trying to figure out how to, you know, create this movement, this whole motion or whatnot. And when you haven't lived out enough scenarios while working with people or working amongst people, you know what I'm saying, that are all on the same accord, it's a lot of things you're gonna miss. So for me, it's not hard for the change because I've always known how to work with people. I was in groups, I was in group projects, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to act, so I was always in plays, you know what I'm saying? I was never just trying to be the main character. And because of that, because I never tried to be the main character, it was a lot easier to go in and fill other shoes or other positions. Because while the main character was main charactering, I was back here figuring out the other roles that needed to be, the supporting cast, the supporting role. And a lot of people were like, well, that's not main star energy. That's cool. That's fine. But me picking up these other understandings and seeing it from a different standpoint, it made it a lot easier for my transition to anything I do.